It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 14th of June. I'm Michael Groff. Temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages today and even tomorrow, but the excessive heat returns on Thursday. But it won't last long as we see a change in the weather pattern on the horizon for Friday and especially Saturday. Moisture on the increase, a few showers and storms possible Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Saturday, and some spots might even see some beneficial rain. How about that? Our first good chance of rain that we've had since late March. All right, let's get into it here. Taking a look at the almanac from yesterday, 108 degrees the afternoon high after a record warm morning low of 90. The normal high 104, the normal low 78. And as we take a look outside right now at 10 a.m., we've got sunny sky here in Phoenix. We're sitting at 91 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 45, relative humidity 20%. The winds are from the south at 6 miles per hour, and the barometer is falling. The upper air look shows a big trough out here across the western states. That's pulled down some mighty cool air across the Pacific Northwest, the Intermountain region, the Rockies. Here in the southwest, temperatures have lowered several degrees from where they were over the weekend, but it's not going to last long. We're going to see a ridge building back in over the Plain States, and the heat will return by Thursday. Here's the watch warning map, and of course, the big story is the heat, not just here in the southwest. Check it out. We've got heat advisories and excessive heat warnings as far north as Minneapolis, St. Paul, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Temperatures in the upper 90s, maybe flirting with the century mark in some spots, and that heat extends all the way down into the deep south. Speaking of heat, we've got an excessive heat warning in effect for much of south central, southwest Arizona, southeast California. That's in effect from 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. on Thursday, but it should be a fairly short-lived excessive heat event, and then temperatures will start to drop by Friday and Saturday. The convective outlook for today, we've got a risk of severe storms across the Plain States, the western Great Lakes, and the southeast U.S. And here's a look at precipitation. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix around 1/10 of an inch, maybe a little less than that. We could see upwards of 1/2 inch over the higher terrain of eastern Arizona as moisture will be working its way in here later this week. We'll talk about how and why and where and all of that as we get into the models right now. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And we've got that big trough and upper low over Montana. And that's mighty cool air under that. But here in the southwest, a dry west to northwesterly flow in place. So what it means for us down at the surface today, sunny sky, a bit of a breeze this afternoon, high temperatures anywhere from 100 to 105. Tonight, clear sky, overnight lows mainly in the 70s, should be a fairly decent night. And then tomorrow, sunny, a couple of degrees warmer, highs 103 to 107, but that's still pretty close to where we ought to be for this time of year. As we get to Thursday, high pressure really starts to expand from the Plain States here into the southwest. Those upper heights climb. And so temperatures are going to be on the hot side here. Highs 109 to 113. The good news is this bout of excessive heat really doesn't last too long. A little bit of moisture starting to come into northwest Mexico, maybe even southeast Arizona for an isolated thunderstorm down there. But the weather pattern really starts to change by the time we get to Friday. And we've been talking about this for a while. And I know some of you have been asking about this, as this is not the traditional monsoon setup, and you're wondering, well, what does that mean exactly? What's the difference between this and a monsoon flow? Well, monsoon means seasonal wind. Ordinarily here in Arizona, our winds in the upper levels are out of the west, or there's a westerly component to the wind. But during the monsoon season, the period from, let's say, late June through mid-September or so, the winds aloft start to turn back out of the southeast or the east, as high pressure sets up across the Rockies or even north of Arizona over Utah. So that turns our winds aloft out of the opposite direction from where they normally occur. So that brings in moisture from Mexico and the Plain States and the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this setup that we have here starting on late Thursday and into Friday and Saturday, this will feature a big ridge across the Plain States, but an unusually strong upper low and associated trough sitting on the west coast. And so between those two systems, Arizona will be under a deep southerly flow. This is more of a pattern that we would see in a transitional time, say, in the fall, September or October. So that's why this is not a typical monsoon setup. But regardless of the nomenclature, look, rain chances are rain chances, however we get them. And so with more moisture coming in on Friday, we'll start to see an increase in clouds. Temperatures will head down a little bit, highs closer to 110 here in Phoenix Friday. And I think the day will be dry for us. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms start to develop over the east central mountains and the southeastern portion of the state. And by Friday night, we might see a shower storm getting into the south central deserts, including Phoenix. So we'll put a 20% chance of rain in the forecast for Friday night. But the real event here should happen for us on Saturday. The best dynamic support from that trough sitting to the west of us. Deeper moisture continues to flow in from the south. Maybe a little bit of tropical moisture from our tropical storm down there well to the south of us. But we could see better chances of showers and thunderstorms. We'll call it scattered showers and storms for Saturday. They could occur pretty much anywhere at any time, but they'll be random in nature. They will favor the afternoon and evening hours, and a few of the storms could be on the strong side. We could see some gusty winds, some small hail, and maybe some locally heavy rain as well. And so Saturday, high temperatures will nudge down further. We should be somewhere around 100 to 105, and if we get more clouds and even some rain, we might even be cooler than that. Now, it's not going to last long, though. This trough is going to start to lift out to the northeast starting on Sunday, and that's going to turn the flow aloft here more out of the southwest once again, as most transitional events will do. So that's going to bring in some drier air eventually across the state. We could still see an isolated shower storm here in Phoenix on Sunday. We'll keep a 10% chance of rain in the forecast, but the better chances of rain exist over the eastern mountains and the southeastern part of the state. High temperatures Sunday again, 100 to 104. By Monday, highs recover a little bit back toward 102 to 106. Mostly sunny for us. Again, an isolated storm over in the far eastern mountains, but that'll stay far away from us. And then a week from today, this is Tuesday, the 21st, and we have a big ridge over the southeast U.S. That trough is now lifting out into the northern plain states. Around here, kind of a dry westerly to southwesterly flow. So again, there might be an isolated storm in the eastern mountains, but we stay dry and temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages. Then as we go out 10 days, now this is Thursday the 23rd, interesting setup once again. We've got a ridge that's expanding across the southern tier of the United States, centered over North Texas. And with that elongated ridge like that, we might see more of a southeasterly flow develop. Again, that's not an ideal position for our ridge to bring in monsoonal moisture or a monsoon setup, but it's a bit more favorable than what we've been seeing. So as a result, we will see at least widely scattered showers and thunderstorms coming back into the state if that verifies, and we have pretty good model agreement that says it might. So temperatures will still be on the toasty side. Some are probably between 105 to 110, but increasing chances of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening hours. How about that? All right, speaking of, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This is going out through the 28th of June, and this is coming off of the GFS ensemble. Nearly every member of the 31-member ensemble here does indicate at least some precipitation possible. The ensemble mean is a little bit over a third of an inch, so that's encouraging. And then temperatures off the national blend of models. Yeah, here comes the heat by Thursday. But after that, temperatures do trend down, and they could even get a little bit lower than what's shown here for Saturday or even Sunday with increased moisture, cloud cover, and that chance of rain, especially on Saturday. So that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. Music fans, check it out. It's my streaming station. It's available 24/7, 365 for your listening pleasure. The most chaotic mix of music you've ever heard. Myself and the one and only Michelle work tirelessly and relentlessly to bring that to you, so do check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description. All right, thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support, it is greatly appreciated. You guys be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a beautiful Tuesday.